You're watching Batesi TV.
Good afternoon, welcome to Batesi TV Spotlight. I am Felicia Lalu and I'll be bringing today's top local stories. Since March 8, 2019, the central government, through the Ministry of Donor, allocated 49.8 crore for the expansion of Molai substation from 3 by 20 MVA to 3 by 50 MVA. However, even after 6 years, the project has not yet been implemented. The government has now announced that the tendering progress will begin in April 2025 to finally commence the work. This was stated by Power Minister Abu Tahir Mandal in response to a question raised by Molai MLA Praistawel Marbanya. The minister explained that the delay in starting the project was due to the cancellation of the previous approved tender as it did not comply with the operational guidelines of donor. The implementation was further delayed due to the Model Code of Conduct and the COVID-19 pandemic. In February 2024, the central government approved the DPR submitted by the state government, sanctioning a total of 79.23 crore for the project. However, only 49.8 crore will be funded as per the initial allocation, while the remaining 29.43 crore will have to be borne by the state government. Conrad K. Sangma informed the State Legislative Assembly that stone and sand mining in the state continues as usual and no one has imposed any restrictions on it. His response came in reply to a question raised by Maureen Penang MLA Livingstone Kharpran regarding mining activities in the state. The Chief Minister stated that while legal procedures must be followed, there are multiple formalities that landowners need to fulfill. Responding to a question raised by North Shillong MLA Ethelbert Nongrum in the State Legislative Assembly, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma stated that the government grants 180 days of maternity leave to women government employees after they give birth to a child. However, this benefit applies only for the first two children. For non-government employees, maternity leave extends to 182 days, but only if they have been employed for at least 80 days before applying for the leave. However, casual workers, contract employees, and those on muster roll are not eligible for this benefit as many of them have contracts lasting only 58 days or 30 days. And as per central government rules, they must have completed at least 80 days of employment to qualify for maternity leave. For private sector employees, maternity leave policies depend on the company's internal regulations and are governed by the Central Maternity Benefit Act. During discussions on the state budget, the Dengre MLA from All India Trinamool Congress, Rupa M. Marak, questioned why the government did not upgrade any subdivision in Garo Hills to a full-fledged district when Mairang Civil Subdivision was upgraded to a district in 2021. He pointed out that in the past, when other districts were created in Khasi and Jainti Hills, similar steps were taken for Garo Hills. The MLA criticized the non-functional Jingjal Airport, stating that flights land there only once a year and that too during the Megong Festival. He also highlighted that despite the government introducing various projects and infrastructure in Jingjal, most of them have failed to become fully operational. He lamented that Jingjal, instead of becoming a functional hub, has turned into a neglected and abandoned site, which he likened in a dumping ground. Amnaram MLA from UDP, Lakamen Drumbui, raised a point of order in the State Assembly, expressing concern over the insufficient time allotted to MLAs to speak. He pointed out that 7 minutes was too short for legislators to address various important issues, especially concerning the 30,000 plus crore state budget. He urged Speaker Thomas Sangma to extend the time for discussions. The Speaker clarified that with 30 MLAs wanting to participate in the debate, it was not possible to extend the time further due to time constraints. Leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, also voiced his concern, stating that MLAs had already suggested to the advisory committee that if necessary, the session should be extended to allow all members to participate meaningfully. In response, the Speaker assured that he will look into how the time would be managed efficiently. During the budget discussion in the State Assembly, North Mai MLA Charles Pingrove expressed disappointment, stating that while MLAs from the ruling party praised the Chief Minister for providing various schemes, he personally received none for his constituency. He particularly highlighted the poor road conditions in North Mai, which continue to cause hardship for the residents. Despite the fact that several cabinet ministers reside in this constituency, it does not benefit any special development project under the Chief Minister's initiative. The MLA also raised concern over traffic congestion in Shillong, criticizing the way that abandoned and damaged vehicles are left parked at police stations, worsening the city's appearance and traffic flow. He urged the government to relocate such vehicles to a dedicated disposal site, as the presence of burned, wrecked, and abandoned vehicles across Shillong affects the city's aesthetics. Leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, strongly criticized the government in the State Legislative Assembly today for its financial mismanagement, particularly in the power and water supply departments. He expressed concern over the state rising debt, which has now reached 18,000 crore. Dr. Mukul pointed out that while the budget figures may appear well organized on paper, the actual implementation of schemes and projects paints a different picture. He warned that if mistakes and financial regulatories are not addressed, they may eventually be considered normal, which could be dangerous for the state's economy. During the State Assembly budget discussions, Umsning MLA Dr. Celestine Dingdor argued that states with higher debt tend to experience faster economic growth. He urged Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma to be bold in borrowing funds to drive development in Meghalaya. However, he emphasized that while borrowing is necessary, the government must also be strategic and efficient in utilizing the borrowed funds to ensure economic progress. His remarks were aimed at encouraging responsible borrowing while maximizing developmental impact. Mauplang MLA Matthew Beyond Star Kurba raised concerns in the State Legislative Assembly regarding the extremely poor condition of the road from Umshupi Bridge to 7 Mile, Upper Shillong, which has caused immense hardship to commuters. Citing information received, he mentioned that the road is expected to be completed by October this year and expressed hope that the project stays on track to ease the present suffering of the people. A vehicle bearing registration number ML05N9203 overturned on the GS road at around 1 p.m. while the driver was returning to Shillong from Jagged Road. As the vehicle reached a sharp turn, it suddenly flipped over, leaving the driver shocked and disoriented. Fortunately, no serious injuries were reported, but the incident caused panic among commuters on the busy road. The Hinyotrep Youth Council Mauthat Russian Circle, led by its president Shambon Langren, met with Superintendent of Police of Eastern West Khasi Hills, Bat D. Karim, on March 10, 2025 to follow up on the suspected murder of Darisha Lingdor Kinshi and a 2-month-old child. Their body was discovered on March 2, 2025 in the water reservoir in Langtor village. Shambor Langren stated that the police are actively investigating the case and are awaiting the post-mortem report, which is expected within a day. He urged the police to expedite the investigation once they receive the report. The HYC also demanded that the state government set up a forensic unit in Mairang to facilitate faster post-mortem procedures in such cases. Over the past 2 years, broomgrass farmers in Meghalaya have been struggling with a drastic fall in prices, making it difficult for them to sustain their families and educate their children. Speaking to us, Bapa Stringwell in Pulut, a broomstick farmer from Ramrai, shared his plight, stating that the price of top quality broomgrass, number 1 variety, has dropped to 47 per kg in 2025, while lower grades are being sold for as low as 20 per kg. In the past, the best quality broomgrass used to fetch 100 or more per kg during peak market demand. A total of 30 young men and women successfully completed a 45-day security training program conducted by Tornado Security Agency. These trainees were honored during the passing out parade of the 42nd batch held on March 10, 2025 at the training center in Lom Honsen, Moyong Rim Shillong. The event was graced by the officer in charge of Umyang Police Station, Ba K.S. Lewat, along with Ba Arnold Lanong, Director to Nidu Security Agency, and Ba Zach Lanong, Assistant Director. Families of the trainees were also present to celebrate their achievement. The civil hospital in Mount Kerwat, Southwest Khasi Hills District, is gaining recognition for providing quality healthcare to people from different villages in the region. A remarkable case highlights this achievement is the successful removal of a 5.7 kg cyst from Kong Angelis Ling Hoi, a 50-year-old woman from Mungunro village located 27 km from Mount Kerwat. Kong Angelis had been suffering from pain since April 2024 and had sought treatment from various doctors but without relief. With the guidance of her fellow villagers, she consulted Dr. Suting at Civil Hospital Mount Kerwat, who diagnosed the presence of a large cyst in her body. On March 6, 2025, doctors successfully removed the cyst and she has now recovered good health and has gotten relief from her earlier pain. This success story further strengthens the reputation of Civil Hospital Mount Kerwat as a trusted healthcare facility, ensuring better medical services for the people of the district. And that wraps up today's edition of Spotlight on Batesi TV. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more updates, and until next time, wishing you a wonderful day.